Check 1 2 1 2. Check a lecker. Yeah, but
come on.
check 1 2 1 2. Welcome everyone to the preliminary show. We're just doing this until we get some people join us in the chat room. This is the Bitcoin Bowl here on the 10-second chart. We're watching Bitcoin trying to go for a short squeeze, ladies and gentlemen. The TA that will blow your mind today. We're here to blow your mind. We're coming out of a nice, juicy little channel touching the bottom here, 69,525. Shout out to anybody of you guys that have gotten in on that little guy. Frank, it looks like we got a little bit of a breakout. Why, yes, Bob, I'm drawing a trend line, and it looks like we did break out, and got some nice juicy candles here on the 10-second charts, trying to lead us up to this area here. Now, the thing about this, Bob, is that when price gets up to this level, over here at 69,878-ish area, we might be moving for a nice, big, juicy touchdown. That's what we want to see out of this. That'll be giving us a nice little move in our little trades. And what's more to that, Bob, is that if we are to get bullish, if the bulls can take the Bitcoin price up here to the 69.9, hold that breakout, maybe even come back for a retest, lose a yard or two just to regain their first down, and then blast off, because we got a measured move for this channel here on the 10-second chart that is suggesting that Bitcoin could be reaching $70,200 in the next few minutes, possibly within the next hour. What do you think about that, Bob? Well, Frank, I think it's very interesting. I'd like to see the bulls carried off. However, I would like to remind you that right now, here on the 10-second time frame, where all decisions are being just made willy-nilly, we are doing more of a rising channel. Now, typically, these are a little bit bearish and break to the downside. Wouldn't you agree, Frank? Well, yes, that is true, but On the odd chance, that little 40% chance that they would break to the upside, it could go extremely parabolic. So we're in exciting times here. Do notice that price is staying above that 9 moving average, just blowing our minds. And as long as we are below that 9 moving average, which is way above this 21, wow, we're ready to move. If we lose that 9 moving average though, Bob, we might be coming down. Well, I believe you're right, Frank. Now let's draw a trend line right there. Are we losing that, Frank? Do you think we're losing that trend line? Bob, we are losing that trend line, and that does put us in danger for downside. That this target up here at the top of the channel, which is now around 69.9, may not be hit, but all is not lost until this 9 moving average has been capitulated with price dropping below it just like that.
Oh my God, Frank! Susie, what are you doing in here? What?
Maybe we should go over to Road Dogg and see what Road Dogg has to say. This was the preliminary show, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're going to get on to our real show. We actually got somebody checking us out. Lucy, Helen, lock the door. Don't let them escape. Welcome to the Road Dogg Crypto Show. If it's your first time here, it's going to surprise you. But I guarantee you, we're going to blow your mind. Let's kick it and get on with the show. As soon as Boomer here can find the right button, we'll be ready to go. Are you pumped up? Are you pumped up? Are you excited? Are you excited? Are you excited? Are you happy to be here? Are you excited today? Can you feel the vibes? Can you feel the vibes? This is what you want. You want to feel good. You ready to make that money? You ready to get pumped? You ready to get excited? Are you ready? That's not what you need. You don't need somebody coming out here getting your emotions all excited when you're out here to learn to trade. They're usually trying to sell you something when they're doing that. What you need to do is take a zen moment and calm down. When you approach trading, it's often like you do in paragliding. That's where you strap a lawnmower motor to your back and you have a parachute and you're doing things that just humans don't normally do. The number one rule on that is don't fly on days that you're upset or you're emotional, because you can screw up. So the first lesson that I would like to share today is avoid all those emotional situations and pumped up feelings, man. You need to be calm and on your game when you're playing with your money. That's my take today. Let's get back to the show. All right, so we're going to leave this little 10-second chart coming down to the 1 minute. Actually, we're going to start it out right here on the daily for Bitcoin. Look what is going on this nice big day. Regain the 9 moving average. That is critical. Bounced off the 9 and the 21 area, right? The 9 did not cross at 21, at least not yet. Price coming to the upside gives us a stronger possibility that it may not do that, giving us this little breakout. Now I am looking for this area right up here, about 70,200 to be hit on short term, but longer term possibility today. I've also got this little guy right here in target. Right around 73.6 might actually be coming into play, believe it or not. Let's change that little guy to a little red target there. So zooming out on Bitcoin, what do we got going on here, man? Well, we got a top area right over here, 73 in those areas. Also want to look at this little area right here. That little guy is coming in at some previous highs in there. We'll identify him right around 71,007. So those are some areas. The biggest thing you want to really look at right now is following this trend line. I'm going to take it from the candle bodies right here. Lines up beautifully with those wicks. We'll travel this little guy out. That's our line in the sand right there. If this line gets broken, we need to seriously plan on some more downside in Bitcoin, maybe down to 61,000 again, maybe down to these areas, down as low as 57, 58. So we don't want to see this trend line break. That's excruciatingly important for us to hold this little guy. We're going to paint this little guy a nice green color, because also it's a reminder that when we come back and touch this area, should we do it again, might be a good place to buy. Here's what's happening on the secondary move. This is our major trend line right here, our line in the sand. That's our magic line. But now we're doing something a little different. Now we're getting a secondary trend line. We got to follow this guy. This is our new line in the sand. If this one breaks, we're looking at testing the bottom of this one. As long as we're above this one, we are making higher highs and higher lows. And if we do a little Fibonacci magic here from swing low to swing high, tell me where I need to buy. We touched off this 382 area, got off that nice little 236 area. It's a lot of gibberish, I know, but you'll see me using fibs a lot. But that helps us to identify a target where she might be ready to go. And that target, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, could be as high as right here. 75,158 based on the ratio of this move to that one. Isn't that just amazing? We got a target right there. Did that blow your mind? Can we blow your mind? Just a little extra different little techniques to get our targets there. 75,230 might be coming into play in the shorter term time frame as we get a nice little bounce there. Might there also be a measured move that we can take from here? Well, sure there is. That also takes us right up here to this nice little target area. We got a 77,639. That's the magic of the fibs that we got. This one would be great. That would give us a new higher high. We need that. Even the 75,230 area would be great. That would help us get us out of this range. And this might actually be a Wyckoff reaccumulation, or with this being the spring, that's what I've been looking for. One of the theories I have. And the other thing that I've been playing right here has been this channel idea. Tying it up a little bit here on this particular time frame. And following that channel idea right here, this has been my main play. We broke back into it and we're coming down. Didn't even touch it to respect it on this particular chart. So, you know, on the other charts where we bounced off that line. As long as this is playing, this green line is holding, I'm good for bullish activity. I'm looking actually for something possibly parabolic. And if you're wanting to kind of get a guesstimation of what might actually happen due to this scenario, we're talking somewhere around 98,000 being just a possibility if this plays out. Does that sound amazing? Well, that's just what we got that we're looking at. So I'm going to color code these little guys. That would be in a measured move. And so there we go. That's my daily analysis on Bitcoin. Come down to a smaller time frame, see how we're doing here, man. Let's take a look at our indicators. 4 hours got the green line on Market Cipher, confirmed green dot there. Look at MACD. She is doing something that is quite amazing. She was wanting to curve around and looked like she was going to go bearish, but now things have flipped. We got the green light on the daily a couple of days ago, and we're good for some upward action, which is going to help our itty bitty Bitcoin make a little come up. So we're going to take a look at our altcoins now, look at our indices, because this is what's going to guide us in this market. I've got SPX over here. It just kind of actually comes up whenever I refresh this. This is kind of interesting. This is over our traditional legacy markets with Standard & Poor's Index 500. So this is Wall Street crap. Basically, what I've been saying is we find support here. We found support down here at this 236 moving average, break above this high, and if we can hold it, which it looked like we lost it, but now we regained it, so we're bullish again. S&P 500 stands to have a big move, which will flow over into crypto. So we're at the start of maybe seeing that happen over here. This may take a couple of weeks before we start seeing the full brunt of this move, but it looks like the stock market getting ready to do something nice. Got a nice little roundy top here, one of those scallops, inverted scallops, and they come down about to where they broke out of, and then they can also reverse respect to this trend line, and that's what we saw. So we're looking for this idea now just to break above that trend line. If we see that, we might see a big move in our regular stock market, which will pour over to crypto, as those ETF buyers will be coming into Bitcoin especially, and maybe even to some of those grayscale altcoin trust. That would help get this little number to the upside. But currently we're looking at total 3 right over here. This is the altcoins, and we need a breakout. We've been finding support. This is a support resistance flip around $661 billion. And we're looking for us to try to come up to about 718 billion, somewhere in there. And that will make number go up. But we've also got to pay attention to Bitcoin dominance. And that is now in our lower right-hand screen, right down here in the bottom, right by my dancing alien's head. And that is wanting to come up. Now, when Bitcoin dominance goes up, all eyes are more on Bitcoin than they are altcoins. And that can affect our altcoins, make them be a little sluggish or lackluster. So keep that in mind. We're really headed more, as long as Bitcoin dominance is going up, we're headed more and more into Bitcoin season, where Bitcoin will be the best performer in the game. Aside from the random altcoins, which might be outperforming it, one of which right now is Caspa, which we're going to take a look at first. Look at you on MexC Caspa. We got this target 17.7. I think we identified that yesterday. I don't think that was actually one that I had called out on this particular chart. Do have a target at 18.27. That's the one that I'm waiting on to get hit next. There might be a pullback at some time. Looks like we are getting a little rejection at this area. Casper got up to 18 cents just over the last 12 hours. Casper has just been doing amazing things. Now let's take a look at it on the smaller time frame, and let's just kind of get our trend lines in order here now with the new information we got. This is our current trend. And we lost this one and embarrassingly retested it. These were some good areas to look at taking profit, paying yourself through there. However, it does not look like she is ready to give up the ghost just yet, because now we've got a new sideways trend here. And actually, that angle for that should probably line up pretty well with what we got here. And give me just a moment to tweak my angles. And this would imply that we came in here and we left a channel, which we didn't play around in very much. We could come back and play around in it. If we lose this trend line, we definitely will. We don't want that to happen necessarily right now, but it is respecting this trend line right now. So we are looking for the possibility of just a little bit more up here on the smaller time frame. Now, is there a possibility that she can go higher? Hell yes, there is. My next target is coming in here at 21.2 cents for a measured move that we had previously. And then also at 22. And I believe there's even a fib level at 25. So we're watching Caspa do some things. We got 1 hump, 2 hump. I'm looking for 3 humps before we dump. Now that we've established this little guy and this little guy, you can also use this as your line in the sand to help you navigate and know when to take profits and get out, because when this one's broken, well, down it she goes. Caspa looking good. Got the blessing here on market cipher for the 1 hour, so do look for some more action upside out of Caspa. Take a look at Jasmine. She's been kind of high. Anyone has any coins they would like to take a look at, you can put them into the chat. Jasmine coming here at the top of our trend line. However, we do have this resistance level right here, and that's what's keeping us from escalating further. We need to close a candle, open a candle above this trend line if we want to see any real parabolic move. Otherwise, be looking for a rejection out of Jasmine and possibly coming back down to this nice little 3.8 cent area to retest that to see if it's going to stick. And if it doesn't, we'll be testing the bottom trend line. Need that to hold, or we're looking for some more downside. Again, we got this area of resistance, but you also now have this trend line which needs to hold. That would be the first area to be retested, somewhere just a little short of 4 cents. If that breaks, then, well, more down. But we're not worried about that right now. Jasmine looking very strong on this particular time frame, like she might be doing something. Could she break out of this? If she does, if you do see this, a strong move out of Jasmine, if we break out of this channel, because this is a bearish channel, if it breaks to the upside, it will be parabolic, and then we could be looking at some very, very juicy price is for Jasmine, which we're going to come over to right now. The main one I'm looking for would be 5.8. I don't see any reason to go for anything smaller than that, because we just don't have enough resistance in the rest of the chart to kind of stop us if we get on a nice little tear like this. So we might be doubling up here soon on Jasmine, just depending on how it respects this trend line, if it can break above it. And we're looking at just under 6 cents on Jasmine coming. Let's take a look at OM. Very interesting. Finding some rejection here on this trend line. You can see that was support there, and now it is resistance. We'll carry it on just a little bit further. So these are the areas that we're contending with. Now, you've already broke past this trend line and then did what we call a bearish, what ends up being a bear trap when price comes back into this channel. It gives us a strong move to the top of the channel, which is where we are now, finding resistance. Same thing is true on this one. If we find this price break up above this area, 96, let's say we get the 97 cents, we hold that, maintain it. But we're looking at 117, 127, and 138 coming possibly out of OM. That is still in play. Well, that is not going to change. We're just going to sit here and wait for these targets to get hit. She's doing beautiful, trying to get a higher high. So she's got to give above 103 on this run if she really wants to make something. Otherwise, well, she's just be coming right back down here to 83 cents and hoping that will hold. We don't want to see that here, or possibly even 80 cents. It's just where it falls on this trend line. I'm on the daily. Let's look at a smaller time frame like the 4 hour, see how we're stacking up here. It looks beautiful, looking like it's trying to flirt losing the 9. If it does that, then we're in danger of coming back to these areas. So keep that, and the closer I get it to the trend line in the price, the lower that price goes down. We'll put this little guy up just a little bit. 98 cents might be happening here. I see a bounce possibly coming. 4 hour says it needs to take a rest, but we're probably playing some red light, green light. Remember, also, this is the trend line. So far, she's still holding. Let me tweak her a little bit. Got a little bit of wiggle room there, so it would be awesome if we could see just a little bit of a bounce here at 88 cents. Which possibly could be a place to add to your bags if you want. You have a higher risk to reward ratio buying on this trend line rather than buying anywhere else above it. So that's why I put that target there. But if it does break, you know, more downward sides. But really, you got your 4 hour, you got your buy signal here, 50 crossing the 200. That means buy now or buy on the next pullback. So any pullback that you get in the short term would be a great buying place, in my personal opinion, for Jasmine, because she wanted to go up and do some damage. Another one's been kind of hot lately has been Rose. And this is what she been looking like. She's coming out of her accumulation areas, doing all kinds of nice little bottoming patterns in a range. You can call that Wyckoff accumulation, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's over with now. She's already broken out. She's ready to start doing some damage. Just take a look on a bigger time frame here. So we already had this one set up. This was our level of accumulation below this red line, which we are currently, we've retested it. Actually, we just recovered it, broke below it, recovered it. This is extremely bullish sign here for Rose. This is still early to get in. As we're leaving this area here, if you're not in and you want to get in my personal opinion, not a bad play here. We got a little bit of a lackluster breakout, and it may be a little lackluster for a little while, but when she gets going above this area here, she's going to take off like a rocket because she's got all the signs. All right, we're going to do a little fib magic here. Swing high to swing low. Tell me what price is going to go. And the first target we're going to look at right here is 14.4. Color that little guy, paint her yellow. Put our little price tag there, and boom, shakalaka. That's an area nice and juicy to take a little profit, because a lot of people will. However, if she does seem to be a little bit overly bullish there, we do have another backup target to take just a little bit more profit. Put into whatever strategy that you've got, because I don't know what strategy you got. I just showed you key levels so you can figure out where you want to put them in at. But 21 cents, 21.8 cents is the main target I'm personally looking for this little guy to possibly hit. Now, if you do this little guy like this, and you take that little measure move, put it down here at the bottom, you see that we come right to that point, that magical 1.272 1-to-1 AB equals CD move is what this is actually called in the fib land. And right there we go, 21. I expect that little sucker to get hit. Not in one shot. She's got some work to do, but baby, that's where I see her going. Wormo is getting a little bit of action here. Hey man, we got some people in it. Helen, shut the door. Don't let them out. Lock the door. Don't yell fire. Good morning, Dave. How's it going? William Janeri. Hey, welcome to the stream. Hello, my friend. Dog is exploding. Let's take a look at Dog instead, since we got people here. Here it is on Gate.io. What do we got going on? Let's see if we can get a read on Dog. This has been hot. I don't have this. What did I just do? I erased something. Can't do that. Okay, that's cool. So when I start erasing moving averages and stuff like that, then I get upset. All right, so let's do some TA on Dog here. One more on the daily. Cool. Above the 9 moving average on the daily. That's always awesome. We got the red dot. Didn't do any good. The stochastics are buried at the top, which means price can go amazingly higher when they're up there. All right, I wanted to do some quick fib analysis. You got the 786, and yet, wow, you did really good for a 786. You did much better than expected for a 786 retracement, actually. All right, so we may be very much getting to the end of the run here. I know you don't want to hear that, but this is an area to be concerned with right here at 1 cent, 1 penny. So front running idea is what a lot of people will do. That's a psychological area right there. That's the 1618 for this move that we got here. I mean, that's probably kind of tired and ready to take a little bit of a break. However, I will throw one out there for hopium's sake, just in case Road Dog is wrong. Then we could be looking at 1.33 cents. But for real, this area right here should get some rejection. So she's almost, in my personal opinion, almost done with her little move there. If we do Elliott wave, he might have something to say. Might have to do on a smaller time frame. Yeah. Elliot's saying also that this should be the top. Now, Elliot's saying, let's go with what he says, because Elliot's got a 1618. Its competition's just a little different than mine, but at 1.1 cent here, it could go up there, or we might be getting rejected right here at the area that we're at. And from this, we go through an ABC correction, you know, I mean, down, up, possibly make an M top. You could be seeing something like this, and then we, you know, could go in a downtrend, or it could decide to go up. So that's what we got to watch here. But right now, she's showing some signs of going parabolic, and I do like that. So I'm going to give you some other things to look at here. We got, this is your major trend line, and we deviated from it. Now we got this guy. So it started here, lost that, went sideways. Now this is how I trade this. If I'm actually in here trading, I'm taking profit when we break a trend line, and then I'm watching to see if we come down to here. That's because that's what I'm expecting. Instead, we got this trend line and break out, so I would enter here, and then I do the same thing. We establish a new trend line and wait for it to break, and I take profit or have a stop loss below it. That's my basic trading system in a nutshell, and it just answers all my questions. Tell me where to put my stop loss, when to get in, when to get out. Very easy system. I don't have to depend on price being too far away from a moving average. As long as we're above a 9 moving average, we're in a good move, and I don't have to worry about nothing. So let's draw that little guy back up there. So we're going to follow this trend line on up to this little target here, and hopefully up to this target here. And if this trend line breaks, well, then we got this guy. This is our new one. This is our new line in the sand for our bigger move. We went on this trajectory. This way, we don't get stopped out of a possible parabolic move. You put your stop losses below, anywhere below this trend line, you should be good. Put it down here. Of course, that's a lot better. Just ideas I've got on this. But ultimately, Man, 1.3 might be in the radar. Personally, I like this one right here because I'm not, by my calculations, I'm not seeing it get very much further than that. But we will do one more take on this because this one right here has a lot to do with how well it performs. And you got the 6. I don't want to throw another one in there. All right, we'll keep our targets there. I could throw another one in the middle there, but we're so close with all we got, and the trend line should be good to help us. On the plus side, Ichimoku Cloud says it's ready to rock your world, so she may be getting ready to do a little bit more here. See, we got this trend line here. I expect 3 humps on a dump. That's just what I'm kind of looking for. So dog looked kind of interesting. Where did the chat go? Williams says, dog, first meme coin on the Bitcoin network. On Runes, okay. Great potential. I haven't been keeping up with all that like I should. Especially the Rune stuff. But yeah, definitely a good play on the anything on the Bitcoin ecosystem over there, the layer 2s and all that. I think it's got some really good, strong potential. Take a look at W. This is Wormhole. I don't think we did that one. We were going to, but we didn't. So are we making a nice little double bottom pattern? Can we get up here? The base thing is, if it's trying to come up here to 78 cents to complete this pattern, then it's got a very nice chance to reach 98 cents. So those are the things that we're looking for, 98 and then 115. Wormhole is a little bit hot today because she's looking good today. She's getting ready to get the buy signal here on what time frame on the 6 hour? How's she look on the daily? Daily's above the 9. Daily looks awesome. So we're at a 618 area. That's where we're finding some rejection there. Still respecting our trend. And she's breaking out of our trend. Seems like she's going to respect this area about 63 cents. Might be a retest area, 63 cents, but so far so good. I would 75 cents looks really plausible, and 78 cents as targets. But then again, do have those higher targets for a longer term play, which when you're buying on a rounded bottoms in the bottom area like this is our accumulation zone right here and below. It's a great place to do it for a long-term play, in my personal opinion, and could possibly get some nice gains. I mean, just coming back up here and you can moonbag it, take out your capital, and then you got a free wormhole bag to do whatever. You don't care if it goes up, goes down, and you pulled your money out. It's a risk-free trade, and the only downside is that you get lots of moonbags like I got, and that's a lot of coins. So choose wisely. Alluvium finally getting a little pump today on the daily. Same thing, double bottom scenario. We get above the 200 moving average. We're looking for higher highs, and normally about 125 is what I'm looking at. Go swing high to swing low. Tell me where I need to buy. Tell me where price is going to go, rather. Love this. Got a measure move right in that same area, and also love 144. So put a few other targets there. 129. Measure moves coming in about 133. 786 Fibonacci is coming at 144. Now, considering that it's at $94 right now, once we get above that 100 or that 200 moving average, 100's already above it. So that's the helium that will lift us up, lift our little, what do you call those things? Our blimp more skyward. 40%, 46%, 55% gains possible coming out of alluvium. Trendline wise, this is going to be a little area of contention. So she's looking good now, but just keep in mind she's not out of the woods, and she's going to have some. She'll probably come up and flag out right here around 105, but she's got to get above 105 for us to really see a lot of juicy action here. Looking at already Already getting a nice little pump after a nice little rounded scallop shape here in the channel. It's making her partial decline. She's getting ready to break to the upside, my personal opinion, even though the 100's crossing the 200. That's bearish. So we got this little makeshift trend line here. Look for Orty. Find a little resistance up here around $61, $60. A little give and take as we come out of this Ichimoku cloud and then start trying to slowly head towards 72 on that one. Looks good. You want to take a measure move from this. You have to update it whenever we actually do get the breakout. Should be around this area. And I'm going to put this little guy measure move right here now. Tidy him up, mark him as a measure move. That's coming in at 88.65 if we get a breakout over the next couple of days here. Might even happen sooner. Let's tighten her up right there. Take a look at a few little meme coins that seem to be popping off. Podcat is one of those little guys. Here it is over on CoinEx Exchange, still in this pretty much a megaphone pattern. Lost this trend line and she didn't come down to the bottom like one would expect, because that's normally what happens when you get a little bit of a bear trap. Instead, she came down and barely touched our 618 area, and now we're getting a little bounce to the upside. Let's get a few little targets here. Let's get some of this old stuff out of the way. There's a trend line broke out, retested. That is such a beautiful sign. A lot of people just go ahead and take the new information, and you can do that. You can. That kind of puts you into a channel idea, which is also, but now you got to wait for another breakout. I'm just going to stick with what we originally have because, hey man, that's a falling wedge, 68% chance to work to the upside. We're basically working on coming back up to the top of a bigger pattern, and that's why we want to zoom out always. He's pointing around 79 cents right there if we just look at to the top of the trend line. Now that we got that sort of information here, swing high to swing low, tell me where price is gonna go, and I am sticking with that. I got confluence right there for that little guy. I'm also gonna get two little juicy areas right here. So first target, yeah, I'm still looking at 83 cents. 88 can definitely come in the picture, and 96. Depending on how this guy plays out, you can also take your measure move AB equals CD, put it after the bottom wick that you got there. That's our confluence right here, saying 96. So looks like we got a lot of things saying 96, 97 cents coming for Popcat. How much would that be? And that's 125% gains. Play this little guy. You remember, you got a trend line, which will start getting higher highs and higher lows, and you can get another trend line, but stop losses would go below that, so you can get a nice tight juicy one. And right now, depending on where you enter in, that could be about 13%, not as juicy. If it comes down lower, then you can tighten it up. That's what I would recommend. That could be a nice little move right there out of Popcat. Mochi. Checking out Mochi on MexC, also nice rounded bottom. Same thing. We're getting high. Our targets were hit, and I know it's sounding crazy. Mochi was down here. Nailed it. The magic of the fifth, ladies and gentlemen, is coming down to the 1 hour, and just see how beautifully that they might have came into play here. This was one of them that we came up to that's top of the trend line. Oh, look. Getting very bullish. We're getting ready for hopefully a parabolic move if we still respect this trend line right here. As long as this trend line is respected, we don't break back into it. Close candles below here. We got a chance of a parabolic move. Well, that target got hit. You're like, road dog. You didn't nail this one up here. Well, hey, man. We were all the way down here at the bottom, looking like we were going to die. Our targets right up here. Every one of them got hit. Gosh darn it. Let's do this all over again. Should I do stuff like this? I got to help the algorithm somewhere. I'm going to copy this link. I'm going to come over here and I'm just going to post it. I'm just going to, not now, dude. I'm just going to start doing this crap. Can we, hey man, can I post? I just need to go over here to Mochi, come over here. I'll just copy the image. How's that? Are you not going to let me do this? All for the love of Pete. Mercury in retrograde. Mochi. Nailed it. I'm just going to start doing that because I've got to help this channel grow. I appreciate everybody that's checking in, but if you can, if you would, if you haven't already, if you're watching this live, or maybe you're checking this out later saying, who is this freak? Well, this freak does need a little bit of love to help this channel grow. Tiny little channel.
I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
I don't like to ask, so I get Elvis to do it, but it does help this tiny little channel grow if you can hit that like button, share this on whatever. I don't know, clip out things. I don't care. But yeah, let's throw that out there. So Mochi hitting it pretty cool. Let me check over with the chat, see if you guys got anything. All right, going to check out Brett. Oh, she's hot. She's a hot. Let's see, we got it over here on Big Get Spot. Let's see what we got going on with Brett. Do I have anything for Brett? I do, kinda. Oh, it's halfway done for me right here. Not looked at this chart in a while. Beautiful. So Brett up at a 2.0. That's interesting. Cool. She blasted through that 1618. Give me just a moment to do a little analysis here on Brett. Nice parabolic move. Ooh, look at that. It's our main trend line. This is our secondary trend line. She's respecting it again, so bear trap in my personal opinion. for Brett. I'm looking for a possibility of 16 cents coming out of this guy. Also looking at 14.93. Do have these targets that we've hit before here at 12.3 and even one at 13.6, but really like 14.3 and 16.399. Might there be a possibility to buy this one cheaper? Maybe, but I kind of doubt it. I think they've already got their little... I think they cleared everything out so that they can start taking this one up a little bit more. But around these areas would be great places to at least pay yourself, because I don't think she can go much further than that. But then again, you'll never know. Peppy on Binance, which this was the one that we nailed, the May 21st target. I think I was using the GAN technique, price and time technique. We're playing a game. I'm not going to do it on this chart. I'm saving this chart. Let's look at Peppy over here. Testing the 200 moving or the 100 moving average on the daily. Not the greatest look, actually. With the possibility to come down and test this trend line, being more and more real. Swing low to swing high. Tell me a great place that I need to buy, and I'm going to put it right down there. So you're respecting this 236 area, which is great. If it still respects it, this could lead to a really strong move. I'm just not convinced that she's going to respect that. It looks like she's broke it to me, so that's why I'm looking for the 1220 area to possibly be hit again. 1213 is actually what I'm getting on this Fibonacci pull here. Taking into account some other things that can give us some input. Nice. I do like that. I do like this. I do like that. Look for something to go on here. Don't know if it's going to hold, but if it does, that would be a great sign. If it doesn't hold, we are looking for this. As 13.632, pay attention to that area. If we actually get a bounce there, we might continue with the nice big move. I like the confluence that I'm seeing with this angle. And let's just throw out a few targets there. At 22.7 and 25.58. If we were to break to the upside of this, which I'm not quite saying just yet. She may be topped out. She is at the top of the channel there. And she could come up and just M and then come down. So we're not out of the woodworks just yet. I'd really like to see this trend line get regained, but keep an eye on Peppy. Peppy's up. Hey, we got Joe from Trade Intuition. How's it going? Joe says BNB's moving nicely. Good. BNB. Yes, baby. Yes, I needed to see that for my spot margin trades. Yes, I'm loud. Are you going to respect this angle? Is that what we got? We got an angle to the dangle. Oh. Stretch you out a little bit here. So it's hard to read on this. I have to go with the most touches to get an idea. Oh, that would be sweet. What we got going on here? Okay, so yeah, previous high up there at that area. 691. Is that where we were? About 690. If we can get past that, that'd be awesome. This was the channel line I'm looking for, and applied that one to just that wick and that. And that kind of gets our 846 target area, but then I got some other hopeful places that we might reach. So glad to see it's going on the up. So yeah, we're still respecting this. Still respecting this line here. This is the main one. Just a bit of a line in the stand. Hopefully we'll get a secondary trend line with some higher highs and higher lows. And yeah, we already have here on the 4 hour. Yay, we've already established our new trend. Get our places for our stop losses. And now to make sure my stop loss is where? Under 628. That's indefinite profit for me to put it there. That would be a smart move for my choice, and that's coming in right above this higher high. It's not the magic of the trend lines and previous places of previous support and resistance. It's crazy how they can line up like that. It's just awesome. That's why I love the strategy. Well, let me see if I can work a little magic, and I think it's time for me to check on some trades, because I got a strategy called Better Than Life. And I don't know, it's kind of just a little secret competition, but I got to use a little. See if I can do this without messing up my stream. I've kind of figured out that this is what's been causing me problems with my stream. So if you guys can bear with me a moment. We'll see if we can get this little guy set up here. This is a section of our program that I call Trading Better Than Life. And this was like this is like $3,800. So I've almost doubled this, but this is just showing. There's some people that will take a scalping route to try to get their $50 and risk $1,800 to get 50, which makes no sense to me. So I'm doing this just to show how I get in, and I can just ride this little guy, man. I've not even closed this trade, but here we are. Now we're up. We were 5,000. Now we're up to 6,000. And I just think when you have an account like this, that, well, if somebody's out here teaching how to do all of this, and I know I'm not trying to be hard, I see him growing as he goes. He's realizing some concepts now that he's throwing out there, but for the last year, it was always, do this, I know what I'm talking about, and now that's changing. Well, if you have a $5,000 account that you set up and it stays at $5,000 for a year, are you really showing you're making that much gains? So here's the magic button that everyone is afraid to hit. It's called P&L analysis that kind of breaks down the whole trading thing. Here's where we are. My profit and loss analysis on this trade. Let's go check it out. Using my system compared to, jump in and out and scalping, which, some people may like that. I don't know. I'm not trying to say anything, but there's just a better way than some of the stuff that's been showed. And let's just go back. Last 30 days, I've come up $1,700 in this, and it's been a slow ride. It hasn't been that great. It's been up and down days, man. I mean, it's not been all that great. I've done some stupid stuff. I've done some good stuff, but I've been really lately trying to, since we started doing this Better Than Life section, paying more attention to this. And today makes $228. Now, I've been stopped out, stopped in, stopped all the way around, and all this other stuff, but I try to do it where I'm in profit. I lost all my greatest entries, lost all my, but right now, my position over here is not as big because I had to lower my position. I was catching her when she was going down to, I've got a 0.25 Bitcoin, all these, I got a 20X USDT trade. That's the one that's up $172, 19%. And I've also got the Bitcoin trade where I get to grow my Bitcoin. And I'm up 0.00037 Bitcoin, whatever that comes to. Up 13% on that. That's I got 2,950, less than, just right under 3,000 contracts. And I think a contract is $1. Now, I am using a little bit more money and a little bit more leverage on this. I think the person in question is using like usually about 37X a lot of time. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's all in the risk management more than anything. And I don't know. I just have a different way of looking and doing this, and I think it's starting to show that it works pretty well. Because I'm not scared about jumping in and out. I don't get that. I'm not doing that. I'm going to jump in and jump out because the candle turned red. No, I'm doing my trend line strategies, right? So here I am on the 15-minute. This is our major trend. We've started another one right here. We lost one. Remember, we talked about that. Now, if I would just been sitting here just eyeballing this, I could have employed my little, micro strategy here and could have taken a little profit at 69,777, but I wasn't doing that. Looks like we're getting a retest for that area, so. And we're at 20%. It's not a bad place for me to take a little profit since we have broken that. If we can get just a little bit more there, don't get greedy. Actually, I'm just going to do it in good practice now because I haven't. So it's odd because I'm not as familiar with doing this on the computer. So I'll do it on my phone. Since we're up just a little bit. And I want to take some profit, especially on my BT, well, not my BT pair. Take on my dollar pair. And not very much. Come on now. So I'm going to close about, I'm just going to go about 500 contracts there. Tight just a little bit. Oh, that's the wrong one. It's the USD. This one right here. Yeah, I'm gonna close 0.038 Bitcoin. I'm getting a network error, but that should confirm here. And I think it just updated right there. Because now I'm up 24%, and you'll see that grow as I take profits, that percentage line. So just took me a little bit of profit there on that nice little move. And that's what I do. And then if we come back down to this trend line, 69.1, I may add that same amount back into this. And then we go up, I may take that out. And I just kind of play it this way and that way. This is our new trend line we're established here. So this is our new line in the sand. And I'll watch that or put an alert or maybe even a partial stop loss if I can do that over here. I believe I can on CoinEx beneath that, but that's how I'm playing that. And that was our better than life trade. Since we got that little guy up, I wouldn't mind seeing how my spot margin's doing too. Give me just a moment on that. I've been taking profit on my spot margin. And I moved out a lot of Caspa, but with BNB being up, man, spot margin account over here. I guess the easiest thing to do is to do the P&L analysis. So she's about in the point where she's getting ready to get caught up. We had a big nasty dump and then threw my thing off for a little bit. Let's go over the last 30 days. Last 30 days of my spot margin, I'm up $10,000 or $9,000. And I've been pulling out some. Part of it is to grow my Caspa bag. I can do several things with spot margin, man. I can grow a bag. I can grow altcoins, sell them, and pay off Bitcoin. It just opens up a whole world of finagling, giving me so many options to play this market with spot margin. I love it personally, and then nobody. I don't ever see anybody else mess with it, and it's not available on a lot of exchanges, so you kind of have to hunt for them. CoinEx does have it. KuCoin has it if you can get over there. It's where I used to play this strategy. But you get up and down, but now that the market may be turning around, when the market does turn around the altcoins, I expect this thing just to pop like crazy. And that's what I'm hoping for, just trying to be patient for, nurturing it until then, keeping everything on the up and up. And is this one that's not what I'm looking for. Looking for the screen that I had just a minute ago. Where are you? This screen, yeah. So this is the screen that helps me manage my risk. And if you see right over here in the column, it says risk percentage. And you put your asset in, and this is not cross margin. These are all individual, the isolated margins, so you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. You manage one, just make, the closer you get to 100%, the closer you are to being liquidated. So you don't want to do that. So I kind of keep this as close to 200 as I can get it, above 150ish as I can. Manage my risk that way. When she starts getting above 200% like that, that's when I get to either sell if I want to, or if I'm building a bag, I would pull out the extra. And that's what I've been doing with Caspa. My Caspa position over here has went down a lot. I only got 54,000 Caspa over here. I had around 78, almost 80,000. Yeah, I've been pulling those little suckers out because I'm at 200%. Taking me profits. I got a loan of 4,900 to pay back, and I got some of these for sale that will slowly pay back this loan. I just got so many options over here. I can still take out 100, you know, I can borrow up to 134,000 to play on this, but I'm not going to do it because that'd just be stupid. I've already got to pay back this much, and I've got a lot of open orders that will cut down a lot on that. It's just a neat way to do it, but today I'm up to 1,700. It fluctuates every day though. This is more for a longer term. This is my version of position trading. A little bit later in the market than I would like, but she's doing okay. All right, guys, we're watching BNB take off to $663. That's pretty awesome. Can't complain about that. While we're trying to come up to a little target area. Did we already hit it? 69.6. What are we looking at here? Oh, this is where I got all it. Oh, did you already? No. Did you just now do that? Oh, you did it 10 o'clock? 10:15. Was that after I started? You did it while I was live? How dare you hit my targets when I'm live and not tell me about it? Are you going to go up again? Bitcoin, are you getting ready to go up again? Bitcoin might be getting ready to go up again. Oh, the 15 a minute. Oh, you broke a trend line though. You want to retest it? Looking for a retest at this area. I do have a higher target of 70,900 for Bitcoin. Love to see that get hit. Don't know if it will today or not. Usually it seems like when we get around noonish that they start calling it quits. That's what we saw around here, right? This is actually 9:45 yesterday when they called it quit. But Monday morning or early morning pumps between 10 to 12 every day. Some tubers think it's because they log on, but that's just what happens every day. It's smart of them to do the stream there during that time. And I thought, well, hell, it can come. This price might as well pump because Road Dogg logged on too, gosh darn it. It pumps everything. It's amazing. Watch my show. Watch Bitcoin pump. The stuff that you're told in crypto is amazing. But I'm seeing a nice little move out of Bitcoin. Ichimoku Cloud says, baby, I want to rock your world on this time frame. Look at that, man. Far away from prices, all nice and spindly. Price nowhere close to it. What are you saying, Bitcoin? Have you got some nice things? I know I saw you happy on the 4 hours, got the coveted green dot with everything headed to the upside. Just need to see this flip. Money flowing to the green, then you just have the golden ticket on that particular indicator. I like what I'm seeing, Bitcoin. Come on, let's do it. Well, guys, my timer is going off. Hey, not a member, how's it going, my friend? Glad to have you here. If you guys got anything that you want me to take a look at in altcoin, because I've kind of went through my whole list. I think I went over everything except Vanry. I'll go over that one. You guys throw any altcoins in the chat. Any questions there, comments that you might have? If there's not anything, well, I'm going to close it out. I'm going to go. I'm going to go. We're going to go compare portfolio sizes with the other tuber. Check out Vanry. 4 hour looking nice above the non-moving average. Can't complain there. Did you lose a trend line or are you still respecting one? You established another low there and respecting it. Cool. I like that. It's just now a habit to start looking for channels. I'm going to go to a wick just to be a little bit more optimistic. Put a target right above here. Next candle on the 4 hour. It's 24.9. Ichimoku Cloud looks bitchin' hot today, so I'm going to go to the freaking one daily, which is pushing us out of a red cloud. It's kind of our new trend line. If we were to come back down, it could be down to 19 to 20 cents there. We've got a buy here and try to sell at 41.92. That's the price that I'm looking at. Any places in between that can be found with your swing high to swing low. Tell me where price is going to go, and this rejection area about 28.30 cents. That will probably come into play. I would expect a lot of people to be trying to take some profit, get out of trades on some of their trades and things. That's just for what bots are going to do it. I know that, and traders are going to do it. So you got a little sweet zone right in here to play short term. Between 32 cents and what is this little guy, 28 cents. So we got that possibility. But I still got my eyes set on the bigger prize of 41.9. I just like to do that. Joe says Arweave, she's doing hot too. I like that one. That's the one of the bags I've been growing over there too. She's at $45 hanging in there. Had the falling wedge, broke down. Didn't come down as far as, you know, they normally could, which is good. Because the falling wedge is really just part of a bigger channel. I'm not saying. I like it. I got the target about what, 57? And it looks well within the means of this channel. We still respect the channel idea. We can hit that 618 at 58. I like that. I need to put a few orders in there, take advantage of that. See, over on the spot margin, CoinEx, I can also borrow the asset too. So that lets me short. If I want to short, I can do it. But it's just, if you ever get a chance, run to exchange with spot margin. I recommend that you play around. I think you'll be impressed, especially if you played around with futures, and of course have played around with spot for a while. It just gives you more control over your risks. I love it. And that is the key to making gains that I've found in this game, is really controlling that risk. I know the TA and finding the entries and getting the targets and all that, that's the first thing that we start working on. But once you actually got your skin in the game and everything, you start, yes, this is helpful, extremely valuable, life-changing, but it's the risk management. Is managing those actual trades or managing your investments, having the strategy in line, what you're going to do, when you're going to do it. Protecting that capital. That's the most important thing. It takes a lot longer to learn that, but always working on it. That should be our focus of improvement always, in my personal opinion. Rather than trying to predict where a price is going to go, you need to really seriously focus on predicting how am I going to manage this trade so I don't get burned and so I can maximize my profit. Instead of trying, oh, I call this, and I call that, and I call this. Because the real proof is your portfolio going up. You can call things every day, but if you're not playing them and playing them successfully, what the hell are you doing? You're spinning your wheels and not doing anything, just trying to talk. And I can sit here and call prices all day. Oh, nailed it. But it's the proof is in the pudding when you can actually put it somewhere and start building a bag. And here I am up 73%. I need to take some profit over here. This is my Bit Unix account over here, right? $100 I'll put into this guy. $100 I'll put into this a long time ago, and I haven't been managing. I haven't been doing much with it. I'm trying to do more with it now. She got up a lot higher, and I did some stupid stuff, and I lost a lot of money. I'll admit it, man. I lost like $500 or $600 over on perpetuals. It was spot trading that saved my ass because I was smart enough to divide it. And now I get from $28, we're growing this sucker back up to $105 over my spot margin. So we got that going on. I'm in 2 sucky trades with altcoins, which have just been negative. I've been managing them. I should have cut them a lot sooner, to be honest with you, but I've got a strategy to build a bag. It's been working out, but they've been in the red. Bitcoin is up, so I'm up 74% on this little guy with a $29 trade. It's time for me to take. I don't want to do that. I'm not trying to close you. Don't close you. Oh, here we go. They switch things around. So I get over here and I will, what's my position size? 0.0098. 0.00. Well, I can do, I want to take 25%. And I want to close that little guy right there, 25%. I just got paid. Ain't very much, but I got paid. And once you drop it down, I can redeploy that. And now I got a $22 trade. Oh, that sucks. But yeah, but we're good. We're going to slowly grow this guy and make some multiples because I'm still on a $100 to $1,000 challenge, and then $1,000 to $10,000 is the game plan. I kind of screwed up on the $1,000 to $10,000. So, or we're trying to get back to 1,000 and put that back into play. And I'd like to do it more on the stream so that we can actually track it and do that. That's just why I haven't. And our market has sucked, and now we're getting somewhere. Let's do something. Mr. Miles, how's it going? Early morning stream. You're really trying to throw me off. I'm trying to throw everybody off. I just happened to be up earlier, and I thought, hey, man, I want to check out that 10 o'clock time frame, see what kind of response I get. So far, we got 6 people hanging out, and that's better than having 0. Mr. Mouse says I skip around real quick. I'll watch Cass and then jump back to the live feed. Oh, Cass is doing awesome. Oh, just caught up. Hey, Rising Sun. Now we're starting to get some people in. Maybe this will be more than just a little 1 hour stream. You gotta throw me some altcoins. I already went over all mine. I went over Ondo, Cast, Jasmine, OM, Rose, Wormhole, Orty. I think we did Alluvium. Did we do Alluvium? Can't remember if we did Alluvium. Check out Alluvium. I don't think we did. Alluvium. You know what I'm going to say? Suspecting that trend line, we're all right. And there might be a possibility that we get a nice little bump up somewhere around these areas. That would be cool. $100 from 93. Okay. I mean, she was down here at 82. I'm on a 1 hour. She's down here a lot less, a lot lower. Let's zoom out and see what we really got going on. That's how to be most accurate, in my personal opinion. We got some resistance ahead, definitely. At 105, this major trend line that we lost, that's going to be resistance. That needs to be red and big, thick, and ugly so we can see it. And just depend on how tight we make it. What are we on, the weekly? Come to the daily. It's probably spelled out a little bit better. Tighten her up now. Yep, that works. That works for me. Rot like that. 108, 100 moving average up in that area. And we're at 93. That's kind of where I see we can go. Maybe we're getting a W bottom here, double bottom-ish, which could get us up to 129, 133, but we're just not anywhere close to that right now. But I'll leave you. Nice to see it make a little bit of a come up. Caspa BTC, didn't look at that, but we can. This is when you know we really got a winner, is when they're outperforming Bitcoin. Imagine, if you will, a moment. If you were just looking at this trend line right here. And I can't help it. I've always got to identify the channel just to show that it's there. Because it is. But imagine if you bought the breakout of this and you put a Bitcoin, or let's say you put 1/10 of a Bitcoin, which is what, about $6,000 into this trade. And let's say you're selling right now. You're gonna have 22% more of your Bitcoin. So be about what? About 1.22? 0.122 Bitcoin is what you could have right now, if I'm doing my calculations correctly. Not bad. Not bad. If you put a quarter of a Bitcoin, you would have. Am I right? No, you wouldn't. $26.76, Mr. Miles. That's the target I'm looking for. If she can make it up there, she's got the chance. That'd be her higher high, and then probably a pullback. Looks like Bitcoin's getting ready to take off, and that would probably kind of lower this a little bit. 25.46. That's where we found some current rejection. That's at the 1-to-1. Just guesstimating. If there is, that would take us back. If we are rejected here, we could actually, by this pattern, just going by the pattern and the fib, could see a pullback all the way back down here to the breakout of the pattern. That's just how this works and the rules of the game, which a lot of people seem to forget about, because that just gives you a nice little place to try to come back in. And so these little places in between, looking to the left here and here and here, but really, if she does that, you're playing the game, man. Taking profits in your Bitcoin and then using that extra 20% Bitcoin to buy more. Yeah, that can turn into a nice little strategy to. If you find a coin that's gaining against Bitcoin, you trade against Bitcoin, you can grow your Bitcoin that way. I mean, that's really the amazing thing. Even more amazing if it can't come down there and it has to bounce up at 23. That would be awesome. Then we could be looking for something much, much bigger. Do we want to try to figure that little guy out? That was the wrong one to use. If we're getting a big parabolic move, it's all going to depend largely upon this little guy. Oh, we are 227 there too, but let's go with the main ones if we're getting something big that we need to shoot for. Do I have room? I don't have room. Do I have you on here? I got you all hit up, don't I? All right, we'll take those two. So that would be amazing if it did come back here and then eventually got up this other high, and that'd be another 34%. So that's cool. Casper, one of the few. One of the few. Joe says ton. What's ton doing? Nice. Respect my megaphone. Let's move some of these targets, these buy targets out of the way. We'll recycle them. We got 679. The area we're looking at, that was this previous high over here. We need to break them up. Could this be a copping handy to the upside? I'm going to say no, because she's pointy. She's pointy. And your tried and true pattern traders, the ones that you should learn from, like Thomas Bukowski. I'm a big proponent of the legacy guys that have been trading for 20, 40, 50 years, because did I put the video over there? Man, I found such a great video on sacred geometry and Fibonacci from a dude that's been trading since the 50s. That was just mind-blowing. Did you guys know? Let me share a bit of information. Did you know this about our number system? Because I found this is fascinating. I did not know this. That our number system, the Arabic numbers, Am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? Oh, no, I screwed it up. Our Arabic number system. Each one, the numbers themselves tell you the angles. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. You got one angle, you got 2 angles. You got your 3, you got your 4 angles. 5 has 5 angles. It's crazy. That's what our number, each number that we have actually represents how many angles are on that number, all the way up to 9. But 9 looks weird. 9 was it was actually like this to make that happen, because you got 4 in here and then you have to do like this. So that one has changed a little bit, but all the way up to 0, which is of course 0 is no angles. I just found that very fascinating. But anyway, how's that applied to, it was just some part of a larger lesson on sacred geometry, which I find is a fascinating. 768, 776, seeing that 920. Let's go, baby. Let's go, ton. Ichimoku Cloud says she wants to rock our world, though. How's the other indicators looking? Are they hot? 3 days got the coveted green dot there saying, I want to go. Actually got money flowing the green. It's got a lot of good signs there. Bigger time frames are looking a little happy. MACD's kind of, she hadn't figured it out yet. There's some divergence there, slight. Nothing expressive, but she can stay and respect this trend line, man. I like it. I like it a lot. Oh, we're jumping now. I thought you gave me more. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Mr. Miles says Illuvium is getting a boost because the candidate's going to be going live soon. Currently has an open beta. Good to know. I love it when people share, because I didn't know that. What's this? It says Ton really snuck up to the top 20 real quick. Yeah, Ton. I had videos on it back in 2022. It was still around this. It hung around that same price for about 2 years, about $1, between $1.50, $1.70. It hung around there forever, and it didn't seem very appealing. But I was thinking, man, this Telegram, because when they tried to get that coin out way back in the day, and the SEC came in and just knocked it all to hell with all that crap, and then I found out that they were going to do it, and I'm like, I'm jumping in on this. Telegram's huge for crypto. It's where all of our groups are, they're in Discord, but Telegram was the OG for it. Well, one of the OGs. Bitcoin Talk really was the big one. Then you had Altcoin Talk forums. But it was just a no-brainer to me to start watching that one and getting into it. So I've been in Ton for a long time, actually. I did Rose, and she looked really interesting. That was actually the one on my list. So let's see where I've got her. 1405 and 1609. Was this this was a measure move. Well, this was the crazy measure move, I think. Yeah, that gave us confluence for another fib level up here. I believe it's my 127 at 21.8. It's actually the one I'm looking for it to hit if we can keep going up. So I need to take that off to make sure it's not a trend line. So short term 1405 and 15.9. Longer term, I think 21.8 is what I got my eye on. There's another one up here, 26. Can't off the top of my head. I think it's a 618, but I can't remember. I have to check it. But nice, man. You're looking at bottom 3-day chart here. Stokes are at the top, but look at this on the 3-day. MACD is just recently crossed, lagging indicator there. I like that. Looks like it's got a strong. It looks really strong to me. My only caution was this trend line here, but these targets in here are well within reason to get it. I like it. CoinEx has a longer chart, goes back further for Casper BTC. I'll keep that in mind. Speaking of sacred geometry, imagine if Randall Carson got in the chart. Ooh. I never knew that about a number as having the count of the angle. I didn't either. It's crazy, equal to the number. Also, 0 could be argued to have 4 angles if you draw a 6 circle square. You gotta use the same rules for both. Mr. Miles says, a mine ton for the short time it was doing proof of work. Cool. I'd really like to get back into mining. So the profits from this cycle, that's what I'm going to do. Definitely I want one of those big ass Caspa miners, whatever they have going hot in the bull market. Best time to buy the equipment is in the bear market and nobody wants it. So maybe I'll try to find some good deals then. Well, I mean, at a bigger scale. I've just got 2 small Caspa miners. They're not the big miners. They're the little Ice River ones that came out. But yeah, I got them back online. I found out my problem was I use the electrical lines for Ethernet. You can get the things you plug into the wall, hook your Ethernet up to it, and they got janky on me, so I had to go with right now they're just plugged right into my router, but I got some other solutions I'm going to work on. But that was the issue, and that I found so far. But yeah, I like mining. I like it. All right, guys, it's 11:25. I'm going ahead and call this a stream, but I'll be back tonight. I'm shooting for 10:30 again tonight. Shooting for 10:30. I would love to get in the habit of doing the morning stream too. That's my dream. I just got to get my circadian rhythm and adjustment for that. But so far, so good. I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. It means a lot because it sucks when you come on live and there ain't nobody here. But so thanks for hanging out. Hit the like button if you please. Help me this out.
I've been hitting that like button. I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
I'll call it a day and I'll be back tonight. Thanks for hanging out. Good night, everybody. Where's that end button? There we go. Take it out, Genie.
Come on, come here, bud. Come on. You freaky dog.
Yeah, Mr. Miles, because I don't like to run that cable. It's worked like a charm every time I've ever used it before. Yeah, this is these $50, $60 boxes that you plug in one by your router, and then you plug one wherever you got an outlet, and voila, you got Ethernet going through your electrical lines. That's awesome. What? It's always worked in the past. Bad. Mr. Miles doesn't like it. Well, when I get my official setup, I'll have dedicated Ethernet for them, but it doesn't hurt my miners, though. Clearly, Mr. Miles, you know something I'm not aware of, but I'm interested to hear your take on it. Good night, John Boy.